Back to deal of the day, or what I'm going to make deal of the day, I guess, because I have noticed I've been getting away from the basics and the fundamentals of what I like about real estate, and that's analyzing deals and underwriting deals, and kind of the hunt in the numbers for that unicorn property, if you will. So I'm going to kind of show everybody how I go about looking at deals, these initial looks on the market. No off market yet. I'll get in with some wholesalers and do some off market work. But this is just going to be a gut check of, is this even worth pursuing? At what numbers does this make sense? And kind of going through that first layer of your funnel of saying, is this worth pursuing? Is it not worth pursuing? So we're going to take a look at this. It's $1.4 million unit. If you're not familiar with Columbus, Ohio, this is our downtown area. The round outer belt is 270 here, so this is downtown, and this unit is in an area called Brewery District. Now, what's important to note is that Brewery District ends at Greenlawn Ave, so this is barely in Brewery District, which is why I think it's interesting. So let's jump in and take a look. So I'm going to be doing this in my Bigger Pockets calculator, and I'm using Realtor.com simply because you might not have access to the MLS. So my point is that you guys would be able to do this. So why do I like this? This is they say it's German Village. It's actually not, which shows me that these guys actually don't really know what they're doing from a listing perspective, because that's misleading. That's not in German Village. German Village is on the other side of High Street. It's got garages included. In that area, parking is one of the biggest issues, so they've already solved that for us. It's already rehabbed. The pictures look lovely, so it's going to demand top rents with minimal input, so I'm willing to pay a premium for it. Even if it's not to my taste, as you can see. What is unclear, though, is how many units are in it, which is interesting. So they have property features. It's got 6 one-car garages. So what we can do is let's go to the Franklin County Auditor's website. Franklin County is where Columbus is. It's a public website. We can search by address. We can put 37, and then we're going to put Red Bud Alley. We're just going to put Red Bud, actually. Let's see if this pops it up. Nothing for Red Bud. So we're just going to put Red Bud. Okay. So this is all that popped up. Interesting. Let's try 37 East Redbud. Nothing. Let's try East Redbud. Nothing. Okay, so then let's go to the map search because we know where it is, so we can find it. So, I'm going to zoom in. Where am I? There's downtown. Here's Greenlawn Ave. So we are right down here. Here's Red Bud Alley. And so, let's see what we got here. This is 107 South High Street. This is 37 to 39 Red Bud Alley. So this is our property. They're German Village Holdings Limited. They purchased this for, well, they got it transferred at some point in September of last year. in 2005. Muncie Delia Development bought it for 50 grand. So anyway, okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see. How do we? Let's look up the parcel ID. Lovely. So this is their mailing address and their contact info. So 37 to 39 South High Street. Ooh, it's classified as commercial for 4 to 19 units for family. So it still doesn't tell me how many units are here. One use code 4 to 19 family. 7 exterior remodel in 2006. Finished area below grade. 2 stories. 5 units. 5 full baths. So it looks like there are total of 5 units. Okay, interesting. So that means that we are dealing with commercial financing. So that will be interesting to do later. So we're not actually going to use the BiggerPockets calculator. We are going to use this little NOI gut check sheet I put in. So we come back to our listing. We know they want 1.4. We're going to call it a 5 unit, even though for some reason they don't list it. This monthly payment really isn't going to make a lot of sense because this is going to be with a residential loan. So if for some reason this is a 4 unit, but I don't know why I would list it as a 5 if it's not a 4 unless they've converted it, so there would be some work to do. So we'll do it as a 5 unit and we'll go from there. But if the numbers work out, maybe worth going to look at or reaching out to the agent and confirming kind of the information. So we'll assume it's a 5 unit. Let me zoom in here so y'all can see this a little better. How in the frick do I do that? Okay, units. We got 5 units. They're 1 bed, 1 bath unit, judging by that auditor site. So gross rents, so I just jumped on Zillow, and again, it's down here. You can see the Brewery District. German Village is over here, so that's why them calling it German Village is kind of funny. But anyway, so they've got 1 bed, 1 bath units, 600 square feet, 800 square feet. So it's in the $2 per square foot range. So doing some rough math here, we've got total square feet. Though it says 10 bedrooms, 5 full baths. So are they 2 ones? Because this says 5 full baths, 5 living units. Oh, 10 bedrooms. Okay, so they're 2 ones. Okay, I stand corrected. We are dealing with 2 ones. So 2 1 units. Let's see. We're dealing with 4456. So doing some quick math here on my calculator, 4556 divided by 5 units is 891 square feet. So on the conservative side, we can say that things are trading in that area for about $2 a square foot, judging by these rental comps, and that conservatively, we could expect about $1,500 to $1,600 a month in rent. So I'm going to put it at 16, judging by these here. This one being a 3 bedroom, they're only 1 bedroom, so perhaps the 2 bedroom would fetch the 16 pretty easily. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to say gross rent is going to be 16. We're going to say 1,600 per unit, so that we can change that if we need to later. So we're going to set this equal to 1,600 times 5. So we have $8,000 gross rent monthly. We're going to do that out annually, actually, to $96,000 annually. Insurance, from what I've researched and kind of the back of the napkin math we're looking at, is we're doing gross rents. We're going to do times 1.25%, which seems pretty standard. Although that doesn't really seem like enough. $1,000 for $1,200 for a 6-unit building doesn't really seem like a lot for insurance. So we're gonna do that for 2%. I feel like that's more manageable. Just again, this is gut check, just seeing what we're saying. They provided in, or you can again look up the taxes here. So they paid $13,582.56 in taxes, so we can pull that straight out and dump it into here. Property maintenance, let's call it 15%. To have someone manage it. We're going to do 13. 13 makes a little more sense in the area. CapEx and maintenance, we're going to say that you spend about 10% for both of that. Whoops. Before. Okay, so this is 2.25% of gross rent. This is given. Property maintenance, we made 13% of gross rent. And this we need 10% of gross rent. Now, given that it's already rehabbed, I don't know that we're going to have a lot of issues. So again, back in the napkin, NOI is equal to this minus expenses, not including debt service. What happened here? Oh. I'm just an idiot on Excel. So this is your NOI. This is kind of what you stand to make at the end of the year with everything rented out. So given that they're asking for a price, so they're asking for $1 million for the price. So we're going to say the cap rate is equal to that divided by the price. So they're asking for a 4 cap. Kind of makes sense. Again, that seems a little low to me to be investing in. It is, however, a very good location. The building's already rehabbed, and the rents are very strong in the area, and it's one of the strongest areas, and it'll just keep getting stronger. It's a very up and happening area, so buy and hold, with some conservative numbers, some basic back of the napkin math, it kind of is on that border of I would really need some more detail to dig into. So this is one that I would probably reach out to the listing agent, ask for P&Ls, ask for if they have additional financial documentation, because the thing that trips people up and that you should really watch out for is that, okay, they're selling this as like a German village unit on the MLS, right? So, well, one thing we can do is let's look at LoopNet. Let's see if this sumbitch is on LoopNet. Let's look at Columbus, Ohio. And again, these are all free tools. This is nothing special. I'm not doing it in anything different. So let's see if this thing is on LoopNet. Okay, so that's interesting. So this is not listed in LoopNet right now. So it's not really listed for commercial stuff, but it's gonna be a commercial finance situation from the information I have. So that's a little weird to me. So this says like, is this agent new to commercial? They don't really understand what they're looking at and where it should be vetted. Do they think it's better suited on the MLS because it's a smaller multifamily, but it is claiming by the county to be a 5 unit, which makes it commercial, which makes the financing commercial. Again, not an issue. Still would be dope to get your hands on. It's a great area. It's just a different kind of analysis. So I think that's what I would do next. It has piqued my interest enough, given the area, that now it's kind of made it through my funnel. It's not a total loss at a certain price point. It does make sense. But now the task is confirming their financials. So I've kind of guessed at what the operating expenses are going to be just based off industry standards and some research and then knowing the area. And what we can guess from offline. We got that number from offline. And so this is a little low, but again, now it's time to go ask the listing agent, confirm financials, confirm numbers, see what their real NOI is, what they're really asking for a cap rate. And then truly trying to understand if it's a 5 unit or a 6 unit or a 4 unit. Because if it gets to be a 4 unit, then it's a hell of a house hack. And then someone can get it with a 3.5% down FHA loan. And they can really get some pretty impressive offsets to their rents, considering that's such a nice property. And the other thing that was nice about this property was that it lists that it comes with other buildings on the land. So that's kind of what I'm curious, and I would need to go see and vet out. So, this was a look at 37 East Redbud Alley in Columbus, Ohio, new 3 days ago on Realtor.com, and maybe we'll take a look at it again if I hear anything back from the listing agent. So, cheers, and thanks for coming along.